Hello and welcome to the 5-Minute Reviewer. Today I'm going to do the review of the 2018 game Into the Breach. This game recently had an update in the form of the Advanced Edition, so I'll be doing a review of that and combine these games together into one single review. So without further ado, let me begin. For this game, the story is simple. The world is ending, and it's ending due to these giant insect-like creatures called the Vek, V-E-K. So as a result, the saving of the world boils down to your pilots and the mechs they operate. However, the plot twist is that one of your pilots is actually a time traveler, and each time they save a world or they fail to save a world, one of your pilots will zoom out of the world and you follow his or her journey into the next world to attempt to save that timeline. This means that your pilots have no doubtedly witnessed the saving and destruction of at least a few timelines, which gives them that very disconnected feeling or the very brooding emotion. So it depends on the pilot's personality. And their personality will reflect into the gameplay, which I will cover later after a statement about the graphics. Now, the graphics are very simple, akin to the retro consoles of the past. However, they do their job simply and they do their job well. It's very obvious where on the battlefield smoke is produced, when the enemy is damaged, when fire is produced, and where the enemies will be emerging next. All these are communicated very effectively through the graphics that are there in the game. At no point of time I ever felt the need to adjust my camera or change to a different view in order to get a perception of what is happening. So in this case, the game did its job in the art department very well. Now let's talk about gameplay. After choosing your pilot and the type of mechs you want to use, you get off and get sent to your first continent of your choice to save. Now, depending on the pilot and the mechs, you have different abilities to use with each other. So, for example, Lily Reed, the pilot I'm using here, is very good if you want extra moves at the start, so you can cover more ground and put yourself in a better position in your first turn. And there are many teams of mechs to choose from, and they all have different abilities. And also there are many pilots for you to choose from. As you play more, you get a chance to unlock even more pilots. Now, my personal favorite is the pilot Henry Kwan, who allows the mechs to move through enemy held territory, and also the use of the mechs, the bomber mechs as displayed here. The bomber mechs rely a lot of indirect fire, and it's pretty fun once you get the hang of it. If you don't like any of the teams of mechs, you can use an option to customize your squad to field any pilot and any mech that you want, that you have already unlocked. And how do you unlock mechs is through the use of achievements. Every time you achieve something in the game, you are given a certain currency in the form of coins. Use these coins to buy teams of mech. If you save up enough coins, you can finally go all the way up to the secret mech squad, which I won't be showing or talking about for this review. Now, while there are 4 difficulties to choose from in the game, I don't recommend you going normal in your first try. In fact, I recommend you do easy to get a balanced perception on how the game is like. In fact, this game is very difficult. I find myself relying on the terrain to shift the opponent's aim, the bodies of my mechs to block the aim, and the last minute ditch efforts to kill the Veks in order to just proceed to the next round at harder difficulties. While a run through of the game can easily take only 1 hour, this game really throws every trick in the book of a turn-based tactic game at you. So best come with all guns loaded and your thinking cap on. Now, my final score for this game is a 9 upon 10. It would have been a 10 upon 10, but I find that there is no practical way or a mode for me to experience all the options and all the upgrades that the game has available. But overall, it's a great game and I recommend it to anyone who is very interested in turn-based strategy. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and have a good week ahead. Goodbye everyone.